right, all right. Hey, hey. All right, guys. So I wanted to go ahead and jump on in and do just one blood moon message here. Just know that members, I will see you guys tonight on Regretless Life at 9 p.m. and then on Tarot Dog in the Members Corner at 10 p.m. And then I still do have just a couple of zodiacs to finish up. We have 4 still tonight, including Cancer, which I'll do on this channel. So that'll happen probably between 11 p.m. and midnight. Okay. So I will see you guys. For those, sorry, I got in late tonight, but I didn't want to fail to let you guys know that we will still get our blood moon messages out for all zodiacs, since we just had those last 4 pending. So what do we have for the blood moon message? Just in a general sense, I'll be doing more of a generalized message tomorrow on the other channel, but tonight we're going to do it right here for Tarot Dog. And this could be a message where hearts are opening up, emotions are flowing in a huge way. Time is being looked at right now. It's so funny because those 2 cards came out on the other channel as well. And I have to say, in the same orientation, the 3 of Wands ended up sideways there as well. And it has much to do with realizing that now is our time. We have a 4 of Cups. If there has been an overall sense of missed opportunity, especially when it comes to something like love and emotions and heartfelt energy, if there has been a missed opportunity somewhere, it's really being highlighted. It's either time to let go of the feeling of having a missed opportunity, or it's time to do something about it. The blue butterfly is here on this card, so that's why I would definitely say it's time to transform things. Now, obviously, a masculine is our first energy, because he's a king. I don't read for genders, but we could, knowing that the moon is feminine energy, it could be that the feminine's energy is really, really potent right now and impacting the masculine is during this particular moon, is maybe what I would suggest. We have the 7 of Swords and we have the 8 of Cups in the reverse, lying and pretending that we can leave something behind that we absolutely cannot and do not want to. I feel like he tried to at least twice. We have the feminine showing up twice with that huge moon there on the 8 of Cups. I think he's done. He's done pretending he can walk away from someone that he doesn't want to walk away from. I don't know why he told himself to let something go. I don't know why he lied to himself about this, but obviously this blood moon is bringing up the real emotions and the truth. We have the High Priestess, we have the 4 of Pentacles sideways. All of this effort, and I will say, we have kind of like what is a tip of the hat to the Colosseum back here. So, maybe it was like, oh gosh, this is not something to fight for. I should fight to stay away from her. There's something about, fighting to hold back. I think he's put most of his energy into holding back from her. Now, she may be such a powerful pull for him. The divine feminine, knowing that this is a, great, tremendous feminine time right now because it's a full moon. And the High Priestess is heavily associated with the moon as well. All things that are hidden, the moon is what's hidden. It's the subconscious. The High Priestess deals with what's hidden in the murky, underworld or the ether or the subtext of things that we can feel, but we don't necessarily see all the time. All of that is like swirling around and is impacting him powerfully. And I'm wondering if for the longest time, he wanted to avoid her, maybe because she will seep into every little nook and cranny and know all there is to know about him. Maybe it was like, I'm not going to be able to hide anything from her, because all of his fighting has been, I fought to stay away. I fought to hold back from her. I fought my emotions for her. I fought all of this. And I did it for such a long time. If this is what's coming to the surface, and really, the eclipse energy of this blood moon is, to me, it's always like, okay, what's hidden versus what's being now revealed. Oh my God. And we literally have the Fool, and he's standing on the moon, which is not typically, we don't ever see the Fool over here on the moon, right? So this is a very unusual card also. So we can tell, yes, he is definitely like tremendously aware that I have been hiding out on the moon, only this time the moon is going to be, eclipsed and then fully illuminated. And it's, I'm hearing the song Total Eclipse of the Heart right now, of course. But you notice that what's coming front and center for him is he's got the rose. He's got the rose that he wants to present to her. I would not be at all surprised if this masculine does not choose to buy her flowers right now. He may be filled with a romantic energy all of a sudden, because once he stops fighting the thing that he's known all this time, it's going to feel really different to him. He's going to behave really differently. Everything is changing here. Everything is different than what it was. We have the World upright. Talk about change. This is, look, I know it's going to seem like a polar shift here for him to have been avoiding her like the plague, trying to hide from her. And I do feel like if we want to simplify it, we could say the divine masculine has been in the runner mode all this time. I don't want to let her get to know me. I'm going to run from her. I'm going to hide from her. She can sense me, and I don't like it because she can read me too well. And I don't want to do that. I don't want her to seep into my heart. I don't want her to like infuse my very soul with getting to know me. I already feel her energy so powerfully, and it kind of freaked him out. And now instead he wants to go right toward it. Instead, it's like, I dream of like building a house with her, living in the same space with her. I welcome her to kind of, oh God, what's that song? You Fill Up My Senses. Come Love Me Again. Is that John Denver? Something about like a night in the forest. It's a very nice song. The melody of it's really nice in particular. But that feels like the best way I could describe this. It was so scary for him for such a long time that she would be able to read me like a book, that she has an uncanny ability. Let me ask, why were you so repelled by that for such a long time? And I think that's the right way to say it. Let's use this deck so we really get to the heart of the matter. Why were you so repelled by the idea that she could read you like a book? King of Swords, Page of Cups. King of Swords was like, she's going to make me also feel emotions. Page of Cups is like, I keep emotions this big. I will not let myself get lost in emotions. I had found a way to construct a non-emotional way to live. And it kept everything, he's all in white, not a speck of ink anywhere. He's completely like clean and is in control of his emotions. And he has managed to say, even here, like, I'm standing here so I don't get any paint splattered on me. This kind of feels like somebody who was a perfectionist. They didn't want explosive emotions. And I think she always made him feel tons and tons of explosive emotions. And he's like, this is messy. This is, oh my God. Like, I don't want to cry. I don't want to feel all this stuff. I wonder if, him wearing white and him staying away from even like paint splatters, even while he's the one painting, that is such a visual, right? That is such a visual to say, I don't want anything getting messy, particularly emotions, particularly a bond and the way it could make me feel. 7 of Pentacles. But over time, his feelings for her have grown, not diminished. This divine masculine, oh my God. So he's a King of Cups, but he was also a King of Swords. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius at one point, but he is shifting into that King of Cups. That's who we met him as, but it says he actually was a King of Swords. Here's the thing. She is literally the best thing that he's ever come across. She is the Empress. He already knows there's nobody out there that he'll ever feel this way about. There's nobody out there that means this much to him. There's nobody he respects more. There's nobody he loves more. There's nobody he's more attracted to. There's nobody that has this sophisticated, all of his worries that like love would make him messy, feeling emotions would like sully up his otherwise, perfectly constrained and constructed world. That couldn't be further from the truth. She's the one, and he's realized this over time, that is operating at a much more dignified level. She's not messy with her emotions. Emotions are a benefit to her. Giving fully to the things that she wants to invest in and blossom and grow, she gives them the most to, because she builds a real empire. And I think he's just now realized that that's, if you harness emotions and welcome it and actually put your energy into it, it makes you stronger, not weaker, not messier. He definitely has, he's realized something so different about emotions. But at one point, oh man, don't let emotions touch me. That's a mess. I don't know what he saw that made him feel like emotions are a disaster. I don't know if maybe he had like a really ugly, grew up in a household where the idea of love was like maybe a very false impression of what love should have been. So it was like, emotions were mostly just, say, jealousy instead of love. And I could see why he'd be like, I'm never going to let anything in my life rule me like that. Maybe that's why he wanted to avoid it. And it took him a long time to realize maybe he'd seen it all wrong. We've got that Knight of Pentacles and he's riding in on the zebra. I do think she is unlike anything he was familiar with. And I think that might be the main reason he can now, and still this took time for him to understand this about her. She taught him something about love, this feminine that he has tried his damnedest to stay away from, this high priestess, this empress, however we want to refer to her. That ability to like sink into his energy and really bond to him, that was something he didn't think was a strength until now. And now he's realizing that really is very special also. So he didn't just casually meet somebody that he kind of was like, oh, you know what, this is a great person, I kind of really adore her. Keep in mind, he really fell head over heels in love with the most energetic, everything that he didn't want, he found in her times 1,000, because he found a high priestess and an empress at that. So a massive empath, probably something more along the lines of a psychic type of feminine, who was also the ultimate like feminine energy, mother energy, goddess energy, however we want to say that. So for somebody who was like, I will not do emotions, he literally gravitated toward the person who is the most emotional and harnesses the most subtle, instinctual power you could possibly find in a person. Now, it makes perfect sense to me. Of course, he gravitated toward that because that was the thing he was trying to shove out of his life most thoroughly. So where was his biggest deficit? Meaning, what was the thing he most needed? Something like her. So of course, the person he would probably cross paths with, subconsciously be drawn to, is the person he'll also be consciously trying to repel, because it's like, I said I didn't want this. Well, because that's where your biggest lack is. That's the thing you need the most. So, all this time he's been fighting and fighting and fighting, especially because she's so empathic. She's such a vibrational force of emotion. And that's what he was trying to stay away from. And it's just, he found somebody that is, very rare, very once in a lifetime kind of person. She's way more highlighted with all those emotions, which is precisely what he was trying to avoid. So kind of ironic. But at this point, let me just ask, at this point, this whole story has been you recognizing something has changed in you. You don't need any more time to think about it. All of a sudden, I feel like he may have a sudden, like, stunning moment of like raw hunger for her. He may all of a sudden start to cry. He may all of a sudden feel this like, oh my God, I miss her. I have pushed her away and pushed her away, and all I want is to see her. All I want is to go be with her. I don't know. This is the Golden Gate Bridge here. So I don't know if San Francisco, and we have this rain cloud just over him. There is something here possibly that gives us a location. Let me get one more. 9 of Wands, Queen of Cups. There we go again. The ultimate in emotion. This trying to keep his emotions as a statue has not worked at all. She maybe has commented to him in the past that, you know, as long as you want to stay detached from emotions, that's fine. But she may also have more or less detached. Now she's showing up as like Venus on the half shell here. She is extremely loving and extremely passionate and extremely, again, total divine feminine here is what we see. But she perhaps has not spoken to him in a long time because she's gone into statue mode and has decided, my heart is always open, but I don't pursue. If he's going to come looking for me, I'm in statue mode now. He may know that. She won't be moving toward him. He would have to move toward her. It's so crazy because even though I've used some different decks in this storyline, I have to say, this is not that different than the collective message on the other channel. This one I think is a little bit more, it gives me more insight into why this character has been this way. But I have to say this is a very similar message. Even though I tried to use different decks, we even ended the way I'm ending here, which is a King and a Queen of Cups. And this deck I did use, but I didn't use any of the others on the other channel. So it's just kind of uncanny. But I feel like this one fleshed it out a little bit more. We got to know him better. So this blood moon is very powerful for the divine masculine. It is an awakening moment for the divine masculine, particularly in this case, the emotions of a divine masculine who tried their damnedest to run from and hide from somebody that they loved very much all this time. And now we can kind of see why that was. So, I mean, at this point, when you suddenly are flooded with this knowledge and you're missing her so tremendously, I would say that's a pretty good indicator that he'll probably be making some changes. All right, you guys, I will see members on both channels from 9 to 11. So 9 to 10 on Regretless Life, and then 10 to 11 here, or thereabouts. It may not be a whole hour. And then after that, somewhere around 11-ish is where I'll be on both channels to do our final zodiacs for the blood moon messages. So here we'll do Cancer, and on the other channel, I still have Sag, Aries, and Ophiuchus. So I'll see you guys still tonight late for those. All right, lots of love. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.